Hello everyone and welcome back to WWE Universe. I'm your host Jitch and you are watching Monday Night Raw as we are just 4 weeks away from WrestleMania 2, where we will see Brock Lesnar, the Beast, defend his World Heavyweight Championship against the 2011 Royal Rumble winner, the Animal, Batista. What a battle that is going to be. I cannot wait until WrestleMania. Several other matches confirmed in the last week here on Raw, including Beth Phoenix taking on Natalya. The challenge has been accepted. The Women's Championship on the line in a submission match at WrestleMania between two former friends, gone enemies, just in time for WrestleMania. Also, the European Championship on the line in a four-way match, as it will be the defending champion Wade Barrett defending his European Championship against two former allies and one still ally, as he'll be facing off against Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and one half of his former tag team championship partners, William Regal, after they lost the championship last week to the Road Warriors. And that brings us to this match here tonight, WrestleMania implications. These two set the face off in a contenders match for the World Tag Team Championship. A little bit of miscommunication in gear here tonight. They really do not look like a matching tag team. There's been a slight bit of dysfunction amongst the alliance of Edge and CM Punk just lately, and it all kind of comes around Elimination Chamber and what went down in the Chamber. Edge or CM Punk could easily be walking into WrestleMania right now with the World Heavyweight title if it weren't for Edge's actions. Going to be a very important matchup here. It is basically your last chance as a Raw superstar to get a match at WrestleMania. There is no other championships to be competed for at WrestleMania, and with it being such a stacked card and us wanting every title on the line, there's no room for anything else. So it is basically one of these two teams is going to WrestleMania, the other one is going to be sitting at home, much like some of the top stars here on Raw who unfortunately just didn't make the cut for WrestleMania in time, like Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Randy Savage. Several superstars just weren't able, unfortunately, to make the cut. This happens sometimes. So we're starting things off with CM Punk and Vader. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of connection there's going to be between Edge and CM Punk after what went down inside the Elimination Chamber. For those that don't know, those that may need an update, may not remember, whatever the situation may be, allow me to explain for you. At Elimination Chamber, CM Punk and Edge competed for the World Heavyweight Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. They were the final two, alongside, of course, the other third part in that match, Brock Lesnar. And the two, as an experienced tag team who had made it all the way to the finals of the World Tag Team Championship tournament, had their sights set on becoming a World Heavyweight Champion. One of them was about to eliminate Brock Lesnar if they could just work together, and things were going real well. CM Punk, I believe, had to go to sleep on Brock Lesnar, went for the pin. Edge broke the pin up. Edge decided he wanted to be the one to eliminate Brock Lesnar. Punk didn't think too much of it, carried on competing in the match. Edge struck Punk down. Edge pinned Punk and eliminated Punk, so that he could just make sure that it was him that got the glory over Brock Lesnar. But because he'd gotten rid of his one ally in the ring at the time, and that being CM Punk, he was left alone inside the chamber with Brock Lesnar, and it wasn't long before an F5 connected and Lesnar got the pin on Edge. A big, big mistake, if you ask me, from Edge in that matchup. Unfortunately, the way WrestleMania lands, only so many people can get on the show, and there's always next year to try and make it up. But it's crazy to think someone like Randy Orton, someone who is just an incredible top star amongst the Raw roster, who main evented WrestleMania last year defeating The Undertaker, 1 year later, unable to compete at WrestleMania. Sometimes that's just the way it goes down. Right now, I'm going to say this match has been all Kevin Nash and Vader. CM Punk not really seeming to get in the game of things and not seeming too interested in tagging in Edge. I feel like this match is basically more for Punk and Edge. It's going to be more about getting that WrestleMania match than it's going to be about working together as a team. It's going to just be about getting that spot. And when you're up against the Road Warriors for the World Tag Team Championship, I'm not sure that's going to be enough. CM Punk finally cracking. He decides it's time to make the tag to Edge. Edge is in. And he connects with a big right hand and... oh, no. Ducked it. Nash with a perfect reversal. And Edge just getting bounced. Off the ropes and... taking a little shot at CM Punk there, saying that's using your head. I don't really feel like these two are allies right now. They feel more like enemies.
I think Vader made his eyes go cross there. In the corner and now set up there upside down on the top rope. And from here you can't do much of anything.
Shoving that boot into the face of Edge. Down he goes. Raw currently without a general manager on this brand, as Mick Foley resigned last week. He'd had enough of the United Kingdom. He'd had enough of being told what to do. He just wanted to stick it to Barrett one more time before he said goodbye to the Raw brand. And he did exactly that in an emphatic way by announcing that European Championship 4-way. Elimination, no less, which means that even if Barrett and Regal decide to work together, when it comes down to the final two, one of them has to walk away with the European Championship. Speaking of Regal, he'll be in competition next when he faces off against Drew McIntyre in preparation for WrestleMania. Barrett been given the night off. Not going to be competing here tonight, but the main event will feature the other participant in that upcoming 4-way match. A rematch we've been waiting to see take place. Sheamus and Brock Lesnar, 1-on-1. No championship on the line this time, though. You can also look forward to Beth Phoenix being in action for the first time since the announcement of that submission match at WrestleMania. Now, I gotta say, Vader has just been laying in to Edge. This is not looking to be Edge and Punk's night, but they gotta work together. Whether they're friends right now or not, these two need to work together for the sake of that World Tag Team Championship opportunity, for the sake of being on the show of shows, WrestleMania. Vader is just connecting with one move after another. There is literally no offense from Edge in this match.
Here in the WWE universe.
Big splash. Decides not to go for the pin. A very slow attempt at a strike there from Edge. I don't quite know what he was thinking.
WWE fans watching this match all around the world.
Big drop kick and Vader up, lifting Edge up to his feet, and oh, Edge is trying to very slowly work his way back to the corner. He can't seriously be looking to tag CM Punk in. The guy's been pummeled in that ring. He's not ready to get back in there. Oh boy. Oh. And Edge says that enough is enough. He's back to his feet. But Vader.
His way out. And he tags out.
Gonna continue to lay in, and finally we see Kevin Nash in the ring. I was wondering when he was gonna get in here.
God, what are they doing here?
Grabs him by his face.
These athletes seem to have...
Oh boy. Well, you could count to 100. Jackknife powerbomb connecting on Edge. Nash smart, going straight in for the pinfall. Here's the cover. And there you go. CM Punk seemed a little hesitant to even get in there and help Edge. And I think that hesitance cost him the match.
Here are your winners. A man they call Vader and Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
So Kevin Nash and Vader are the final Raw superstars to qualify for this year's WrestleMania, as these two beasts face off against two other beasts in the Road Warriors for the World Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania. That match is going to be pure, brutal chaos, and it's a big congratulations from me to Kevin Nash and Vader, the former World Tag Team Champions, getting that opportunity again. Will they slip up like they did to the United Kingdom, or will they strike back? That is for us to find out in 4 weeks' time at WrestleMania. As we move on now, one half of the United Kingdom, William Regal, and a former United Kingdom stablemate, Drew McIntyre, in one big one-on-one collision.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring, representing the United Kingdom, from Blackpool, England, weighing 240 pounds, William Regal.
Well, this man right here is one half of the still remaining tag team, the United Kingdom, and Wade Barrett and William Regal reluctant to be facing off against each other at WrestleMania in that four-way match. As I said before, even if they work together to eliminate Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, they've still got to go through each other as well. It's an elimination style four-way, which means at some point they will have to face off, whether they like it or not, unless one of them gets eliminated early on by the other. By, like, Drew McIntyre or Sheamus. I mean, by the others, not the other. Drew McIntyre on the road to trying to become a two-time European champion. We'll see if that can happen at WrestleMania. Never actually lost the European Championship, never got a rematch.
And his opponent from Ontario, Scotland, weighing 256 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
One of my favorite reactions every week on Raw is when Drew McIntyre walks through that curtain. The fans just come alive every week at the sight of the guy. Drew McIntyre is a very important part of Monday nights, if you ask me. He's shown that he's got what it takes to be at the top. In 4 weeks' time at WrestleMania, can this man recapture the European Championship in an elimination four-way? That is the better question, if you ask me. Should be a pretty great one-on-one matchup. Excuse me. Oh, God. Full of yawns now. This is the longest I've been awake before recording, to be fair. I normally give myself about an hour or two and then record, whereas I've now been up for about 7. I do not normally record this late in the day, but it's been a busy morning of trying to get content done. The moment the most recent episode that's gone up on the channel is still Royal Rumble, and I'm on the second week after Elimination Chamber now, so I got to start posting. I got 5 weeks after today, and I'm going to be recording more tomorrow, so that'll be 6 weeks, plus Elimination Chamber that I've got on in the tank. I mean, it means that you guys will have had a long spree of daily uploads of the series, you know, assuming I set it up right. You should have a very long spree of just an upload every day, which I can't see anyone necessarily hating. It's just that at the moment I'm getting a lot of questions where the series has gone, even though everything else on the channel has stopped too. Backing up and... oh, that didn't quite work out. Don't underestimate William Regal. He might be kind of, I hate to use the term, but I have to say it. He might be kind of the weak link, so to speak, of the United Kingdom. He might be the guy that definitely came the least distance so far, but that could all turn around at WrestleMania. This guy is sly. He was always known as the brains of the United Kingdom, which in my opinion means that Wade Barrett has got to keep an eye on this man as much as possible, because he might be acting devastated. He might be saying he's shocked, that he's got to face off against Wade Barrett. But he, on the inside, may be elated at the idea that for the first time since he debuted, William Regal is getting that big European Championship shot, that singles championship opportunity he has waited such a long time for. I don't believe the man has ever had a singles championship opportunity before. He's got a fan right there. I do notice, whether you'll read into it as deeply as I am right now or not, Wade Barrett is not in the corner of William Regal. McIntyre setting Regal up on the top rope again, and that time he connected. Keep forgetting to turn off the reversal prompts. I've just noticed that now.
Oh no, that's a painful looking armbar. Hey! And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold.
Over the leg. Drew McIntyre going in for a cover on Regal. Can't say I blame the guy. You got to try and get the job done.
My goodness, this is just wide open fury here tonight between these bitter rivals. Dangerous submission hold here. How much punish watch it? And he powers out.
How much punish watch it? Watch. Ah! Watch it. Plenty of big boots from Drew McIntyre as he goes in for another pin attempt on William Regal. So no sign of Regal's buddy Barrett in this one. And another big boot. McIntyre, I mean, he's got a lot of pent-up frustration. He said that Regal and Barrett were still like brothers to him, despite the fact that the United Kingdom had kicked him out, and they then went on to attack him with Sheamus.
He got body on body there, but that's about it. I just can't get over
And another big boot.
This has been brutal. Watch out here.
McIntyre just getting vicious. Wow, really? 2 of his moves are that? Who would have guessed? Regal trying to fight back, and I can't say I blame the guy. He's been getting the hell beaten out of him in that ring right now. What could it be? Arms hooked. Ooh, butterfly suplex. Very nicely executed by Barrett. Shoulder tackle to the back, just about connecting, and side suplex.
He might not know where he is right now.
Chop. Okay.
Great action we've had in this match.
Ooh, Northern Light suplex, almost connecting with a pinfall there, but he decided against it. I'm not entirely sure why, but he didn't go for one. That is William Regal's agenda in the end. And nice flatliner connecting by Drew McIntyre. Here comes Barrett. He couldn't sit by and not get involved in this match forever in the end. And Drew McIntyre, he says absolutely not. Belly to belly. This guy won't back down from anyone. It looked like Barrett has decided to retreat. Boot across the head. And McIntyre wasting absolutely no time after dismissing Wade Barrett from ringside. Future shock DDT with full impact, center of the ring. That's gotta be it. And that was it. Wade Barrett was given the night off, and the guy just couldn't help but try to button this match somehow. And McIntyre got rid of him real fast. That belly to belly, I think, really took Barrett by surprise. I don't think he was expecting to get hit quite so quickly from Drew McIntyre. But this man's got no patience. He wants his European Championship back. Barrett is going to beat his reign of 77 days as the longest European champion. And in McIntyre's eyes, Barrett does not deserve it. Well, Drew McIntyre is headed to WrestleMania alongside William Regal and Sheamus for the European Championship, but one woman who is also headed to WrestleMania is Beth Phoenix, who will face off against Kelly next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Buffalo, New York, she is the WWE Women's Champion, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
I'll definitely say this is a different reception than Beth Phoenix is used to coming on down to the ring here tonight, but the fans not too fond of Phoenix's actions in the last couple weeks. At Elimination Chamber, Natalya, after retaining the Women's Championship, was challenged by her friend Natalya. After retaining the Women's Championship, after Beth Phoenix had retained it, Natalya entered the ring after watching her friend compete and retain the championship. She got in the ring, grabbed the microphone, and said, "Hey Beth, how's about me and you at WrestleMania? It could be like a dream come true for us." Phoenix completely shut it down.
Please welcome Kelly.
She wouldn't even slightly humor the idea of competing against Natalya at WrestleMania. Natalya tried to talk her into it a little more and got dropped flat on her back by Beth Phoenix. And then it was last week here on Raw that Natalya was in a one-on-one match when we suddenly saw the arrival of Beth Phoenix mid-match, tried to distract Natalya and cost her the match. Didn't quite work out, and brings us forward to now, where we have now been told that they will face off at WrestleMania. It's been decided by whoever is in charge of Raw right now that they will face off, and it will be in a submission match.
So this will be a one fall to a finish, one-on-one match.
I wish Kelly the best of luck. You gotta bear in mind what you are up against. Kelly is definitely someone who I think has a still quite a lot of a way to go before she is taken more seriously as a threat and a bigger contender. But that is just my personal opinion. You're welcome to disagree. The battery for controller 1 is low. What about the battery for controller 2? Still to come in our main event, Brock Lesnar, the World Heavyweight Champion, competes against the former World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus one-on-one, which I believe is a first-time collision since TLC, sorry, where Brock Lesnar won the championship from a wounded Sheamus. This is a big opportunity for Sheamus. I mean, at WrestleMania, he will not be competing for the World Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar was... One moment. I have returned from the world of receiving mail. Kelly! I didn't think I said beautiful. For a moment, I thought I said waifu for some reason. I think 2010/11 is a little too early for that, though, you know? I don't think people said that around that time so very much. Jerry the King Lawler. So pumped to finish 2000 WWE 12. I'm so finished to finish this season. I want to do it because I want to do the draft so bad. I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania. I said this last week, I know, but like I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania, and I'm really looking forward to the draft, and I'm really looking forward to trying to come up with something for Extreme Rules with what's left what's left of the roster by then. But like, that's it. At the moment, these weekly episodes, you know, they're necessary for the build to WrestleMania, but like, we could be at WrestleMania right now and I'd be happy. At the moment, I'm trying to build, you know, towards WrestleMania as effectively as possible, but that doesn't mean that in my head I'm not super ready for it because I already have the match card figured out. The only part I don't have figured out is who's filling the other spots in the Light Heavyweight Championship match. I will completely admit, those are random. I mean, you've seen it yourself, the qualifiers. I'll put two people against each other and then I'll let it decide because I don't actually have a fixed plan for the Light Heavyweight ladder match. I just thought it would be a cool way to showcase them all. Phoenix locking in a submission hold, and of course that's only natural. She's going to be trying to get that little bit of momentum in that sense Phoenix wants to show that she is a master of submission. She's going up against one. Natalya with her sharpshooter. Sharpshooter, as I've heard they're called in some nationalities. That's a throwback that I think probably 98, 9, maybe even 100% won't get. Sharpshooter. No point explaining it if no one gets it though, so I'm just not going to.
Ooh, brutal impact. Beth setting her up. Oh, look at this.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Does the Glamazon look concerned? Do you think? Not in the least.
Say this is going to be all about trying to get a submission victory these next few weeks, I think. Both Phoenix and Natalya, they're going to be trying to make a statement.
This is an undying will to succeed.
I should probably take my phone off of the table. I can hear how much it's doing.
Beth's reeled her in.
And big suplex connecting. Uh-oh, here we go. Slams her down. And locks in this new submission hold she's been doing that nobody ever taps out to, because we tap out to camel clutches and sleeper holds. We do not tap out to finishes. We are not your kind. This will get the job done. Apparently that one targets the arms. Oh, the old submission system. Truly a dreadful, dreadful feature in this game. Oh well, I guess Kelly's going to get more beaten up than she already was.
Oh, she does it again. Watch out here. Oh, did she take a shot there?
Phoenix is getting full-on vicious now. I don't think she liked that Kelly didn't tap out to her glam stretch. I don't know. I genuinely don't actually know what she calls that move. Cool move. Don't know the name of it.
Beth Phoenix reminding the WWE Universe.
Maybe have like a normal one. There you go. I was wondering where like her actual like Beth Phoenix taunts were.
Uh-oh, this is bad. A huge, bone-jarring German suplex.
Ah, she's only got 2 taunts, huh? Oh, fuck off.
Great counter.
God, you can't reverse finishes into WWE12. I'm certain that like 90% of them are unreversible. Not even a 1.
Oh no!
Kelly seriously gonna try and make Phoenix tap out. Not a smart move.
What sheer determination.
This'll do. If I can get her down to a bear hug, that'd be great. There you go. Kelly, forced to submit to a bear hug by Beth Phoenix. I mean, a submission victory is a submission victory, whereas they do say a chair shot is a chair shot. Well, there you go. Beth Phoenix is victorious. As we move towards our main event now, Brock Lesnar, the World Heavyweight Champion, up against Sheamus. 1-on-1. I cannot wait to see what goes down in that one. Oh, look who it is! Yeah, she's. That's not where you wear championships, Natalya. Well, the mind games continue between these two as we move towards WrestleMania. But up next, Brock Lesnar and Sheamus, 1-on-1, as I was going to say before.
following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Dublin, Ireland, weighing 272 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Well, Sheamus is set for a big one-on-one match, a rematch from TLC that he has been waiting, I believe, a long time for. This match might have already happened, and if it did, I'm sorry. I don't think it did. Brock Lesnar set to face off against Sheamus. Celtic Warrior set to compete for the European Championship at WrestleMania, but here tonight he has got some unfinished business regarding Brock Lesnar and the World Heavyweight Championship. And I know one man who's going to be watching this match very closely, and that is the 2011 Royal Rumble winner, Batista.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds, is the World Heavyweight Champion,
Last week in our Too Hot for TV collision, Batista caused a blackout live on air when he attacked Brock Lesnar brutally. Laid him out with a Batista bomb. We just couldn't show it. It was too violent. It was too shocking. Brock Lesnar has never been laid out like that one-on-one before. And I think that it's got him a little bit on edge for WrestleMania. It's been a very quick year for Brock Lesnar. Came onto the scene around about May, and it looks like Sheamus didn't even get a chance to take his shirt off there as Brock just went straight in for the kill. I don't think Sheamus is going to get a chance. Poor guy, he's stuck in his shirt now. I believe I just called Sheamus a poor guy.
They're trying to end each other's careers.
You gotta be careful when you're up against Brock Lesnar. That's no lie.
Brock Lesnar guy may physically be on a completely different
Oh no,
level
oh no, oh my god!
I've ever met. Uh-oh.
Nice reversal by Sheamus. Drops Lesnar down. I guess Sheamus has just decided that he is wearing that shirt for this match. Okay then.
Do yourself a favor.
ECW part-timer 3 years ago. You've got to be very careful when you set foot in the ring with the World Heavyweight Champion. Brock Lesnar is someone who I've said before, I feel is going to be holding on to that championship for a long time. That is, of course, before Batista was announced as his opponent for WrestleMania. Now, I'm not so sure. You can call me crazy if you want. I know Batista has lost a few World Championship opportunities in the past, but here's the thing about that. He's never lost fairly. I stand by that statement. Batista has not lost a fair collision for the World Heavyweight Championship. There's always been some kind of screw job, some kind of antics heading into it that have disadvantaged him in one way or another, or just completely removed him from the match. And I feel like at WrestleMania, there's got to be that insurance that that's definitely not going to happen. This is going to be a huge match, and I don't want to see it tainted. Brock Lesnar and Batista for the first time for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, no less. You don't want to lose out on a match that good.
Oh my word, what a slam. You hear how his leg connected?
See the way that he is so quickly and effectively wearing down the Celtic Warrior while showing no signs of slowing down. Lesnar is on a whole other level. I wonder if Batista is watching this one carefully, if he realizes what he has signed up for, if he's prepared for it. How much on par with Brock Lesnar he really could be. These are all questions I want to see answered. Sheamus has been busted open. That is not a sight that you see too often here on Raw. Sheamus of all people.
This match has been 100 miles an hour since
Brock is just a beast.
Brock Lesnar.
Just keeps laying him flat down on his back again, and Sheamus just keeps getting back up. Oh, and there's one of his own. Oh, and another. Sheamus paying Brock back twice as hard. Never seen a man be forced to wrestle in a shirt before, simply because he never got the chance to start the match properly.
when I look at Sheamus, I just see that white body. It reminds me of a corpse.
Shut up.
Like him better if he were one.
Wow, that is a fucked up thing to say.
Lesnar catches him.
Uh-oh. Oh, right to the bloodied head.
And he goes flying.
We know what normally comes next. And he's signaling for it.
Oh man.
I mean, this would certainly prove that TLC was no fluke.
F5 connects. The F5 connects.
Drop them flat down, middle of the ring.
1, 2.
And just like that,
Lesnar wins.
Sheamus annihilated in under 4 minutes by the World Heavyweight Champion. A man who held that World Championship for like half a year, beaten down that brutally once again. And Brock actually bothering to have the kindness to check on Sheamus. And that was a mistake in and of itself. You just don't want to do that. Sheamus had to be the last man standing one way or another. That is it for Sheamus in the World Heavyweight Championship right now, though. The guy is set to focus more on the European Championship, but if Brock Lesnar has anything to say about it, we might see one more collision with these guys next week. I guess we'll have to wait and see how things play out, but for now, Brock Lesnar, believe it or not from this site, is victorious as he gets ready for his one-on-one match with Batista at WrestleMania 2. I'll see you guys next time, and tune in tomorrow night for ECW.